What is up, everyone? We're here with some more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and I thought it was time to update some of my little help videos that I had made. The first one I want to update is and expand upon is the Materia video. I've been seeing a lot of questions on other people's pages about this, Discords and whatnot, so I wanted to kind of redo mine. I think I'm going to link these in their own separate playlist. But like I said, I'm going to expand upon, because originally I did this in 3 videos where I kind of went through all the basics of this game. I think I'm going to break down each section into its own video. So this section is going to specifically focus on Materia. And remember guys, if you do like what you see, if you'd like to drop that like, comment, or subscribe if you're not already, that'd be absolutely amazing. Let's talk about this. Alright, so Materia. First, when it comes to your Materia, guys, perfecting your Materia, that is an in-game thing. Once you've kind of got your party set up, regardless of which characters you're using, you're not, trying to struggle for weapons still. This is more of an in-game type thing. You should not be focusing on this at the beginning, and in fact, Materia for the most part is going to be used for stats. Eventually your weapons will actually do more Materia, and actually always your weapon should be doing more damage than your Materia. So if you've got an elemental Materia and an elemental weapon, the weapon should do more damage than the Materia. The Materia is mainly there for either to fill in an element that's not covered by one of your weapons, or again to boost stats. But the stat boosting, guys, that's going to be more of an in-game thing. You do have the ability to expand your Materia storage. Again, I don't suggest this unless you are kind of in-game. I'm getting close to that point where I'm going to need to. Honestly, I could go through here and cycle out a lot of Materia that I don't need, or some that is kind of been kind of taken over, where it's not as good anymore, been replaced. So, like, I really don't need 3 barrier Materias, and some of these are not as good as they could be. And I have some that are better, so I can go through and get rid of some of those. But, again, I wouldn't worry about that just yet. Materia can be ranked from 1 star to 5 star. The higher the rank, the better the base stats are going to be. A 5-star's base stats are always going to be better than a 1-star's base stats. Okay? Same thing, a 2 will be better than a 1, a 3 better than a 2, so forth and so on. They cap it at how much they can start at. And they also cap at how low they can start at. So a 1-star can go from, I think it's like a 1, or if we're talking percentages, because stats can be percentage based, or they can be flat. Meaning they just had a flat number, +1, +5, whatever. This can go from like a +1 when you're talking, I think it only shows us a +1 as a base stat, I think. And then maybe a 0.01 for your percentage stat. This might be able to go up to a +2, so forth and so on. But again, your stats can be percentage, as you can see here, or they can be flat, as you can see with the HP here. Percentage in the end will always end up being better than flat, because as your character increases, the percentage number increases. I mean, obviously this number isn't changing, but if you have 0.9% of 5 and 0.9% of 500, even though this number didn't change, how much is being added now changes. So you want to go for percentage stats if at all possible. Now, not all stats can be percentage based. They did release a informational update a while back. If we go to our updates here, go to information, it was the November 19th, which right now is the day I'm recording. This is on page 3, right here. I do have this information over here, so let's look at it really quickly. Let me go back to this page for a second. And here. Alright. So, for physical, we have Ruin Blow, Fire Blow, Blizzard, Thunder, Water, Arrow, quake, and breach. You can see the elements that go along with them. These are all physical. Flat stats. Okay, so this is just the +1, +5, whatever. To get HP on any of those, it's going to be harder for that to show up. You're more likely going to see physical attack flat added. And then the rest are hard to show up as well. Again, you will get 4 substats. That's not it's not that you're not going to get one of these. It's just that the easy ones will take precedence first. Usually, they have more of a better chance of showing up, and then the rest will then, in theory, show up, or can show up. When we get to the percentage, the multiplied, right, for those same abilities, HP percentage has an easier time showing up over a flat HP. Easy physical attack flat over the percentage flat, or percentage physical attack. So all of that can work out that way. Now you will notice that you cannot, and this will be for every materia by the way, as of right now, you cannot get a percentage physical defense or magical defense. It's only flat. Those are the only two that can only be a flat stat. If we look at the magical version of all of these, you'll see that a flat magic attack, whereas it was hard over here, is easy to get here. HP doesn't change, but now it's harder to get the that physical attack. Your goal would be to get the percentage. If you're using a physical attack person, you would like for them to have physical or HP percentage and physical attack percentage on their materia. If they're going to possibly be doing any healing, percentage heal would be great, but those two specifically for sure. And then honestly, what I would prefer, if I'm looking at my DPS person and he's doing physical damage, he or she is doing physical damage, I would want percentage HP, percentage physical attack, and then flat magic defense and physical defense. That's what I would be looking for. If I'm looking at a magic person, it'd be the opposite. It would, instead of being the percentage physical, I'd want percentage magic attack, percentage HP. I'd want both of those two, and again that flat physical defense and flat magical defense. When it comes to our healing stuff, we can ignore this top section. This is what it used to be. Here's what we're looking at now. Things change. So, or any of the cures / Asunas. It's easy to get a flat physical attack and defense, and hard for everything else. When you look at your barriers, your mana ward, your D-Braves, both D-Brave and D-Faith. D-Faith's not on there, but I'm assuming D-Faith would follow the same thing as D-Brave. Those are easy to get physical defense flat. Well, actually, you know what? I bet D-Faith might follow Mana Ward, because Barrier and D-Faith here are kind of together. So I'm betting D-Faith follows Mana Ward. Barrier and D-Brave would have an easy time with physical defense flat and HP percentage. Hard with everything else. Mana Ward and D-Faith are going to have easy flat magical defense and easy HP percentage. When I'm looking at a healer, okay, so I'm looking at that person who's going to be doing all the healing, I would want percentage HP, percentage heal, which these are newly added in. Prior to October 30th, you could not get percentage HP or heal. Now you can. I would want a percentage HP and a percentage heal. And again, flat MDef, flat physical defense. For my buffer debuffer, it kind of depends on what role they're filling. If it's a physical person who's doing also physical attacks as well, but adding in my buffs and debuffs, I'd want them to have that, again, percentage HP, percentage physical attack, and then flat MDef, PDef. If they're a magical buffer debuffer, switch out the P attack for M attack, keep the HP percentage, and again, flat P def and M def. Percentages are always going to be better than flats. You almost always want a gear to have a percentage HP. And again, if you're doing a physical person, P attack, magical person, M attack, healer, heal. And then flat M def and flat P def. That's going to be, in my opinion, and as of the current meta of the game, those are the best stats to have on your materia. So, like for example with this, this is a physical Runra. Alright, I got percentage HP, great. I got percentage magic attack, that doesn't do squat for a physical person. I got that flat physical attack and a flat heal. The only decent stat on this right now is this one right here. So while it's a 4-star, and yes it does damage, and yes it breaks the sigils, this is the only good thing about it right now. So this is one I will need to eventually remake. Speaking of making materia, well, before we get to the making of materia, let's talk about sorting materia. You can sort materia. You can, sort by when it was obtained, the level, the rarity, ascending or descending. You can prioritize whether it's equipped yet. If you do that, if you have that on, it will show you all equipped materia first, before it gets to materia that is not equipped. So all this materia down here is not equipped. So just careful that if you're searching for materia or you're trying to find your strongest materia or whatnot in this sense, make sure that's off so that you can see all your materia without worrying about the equipped. I mean, you can see that it's equipped here, but it's not sorted by that. There's also an option with that with the party screen, by the way. When you sort, it will, because keep in mind, each weapon has support materia. What this does in its current sorting is it'll sort it by support materia being active, meaning the materia you're going to see here first, if I put up here, which has the biggest physical attack, it's going to show me anything that's going to benefit that space because of the support materia that was in that space. However, if you pay attention to what's there right now, if I were to turn that sort off, now I have some new materia that's up here. This actually has a higher physical attack than what this did. But when we look at just that support materia, that's the highest one. That's the highest one that'll go in that stat. That affects that stat, that'll go into that support materia. So you might want to make sure that's turned off unless you're looking to specifically fill with something that benefits from that area. If you're just looking for a straight stat, I'm not going to use this materia at all, I don't have a need for it, I just need something for stats, turn that off so you can make sure you're finding your highest ones. Because all of these 5 are actually higher than this one for that physical attack. Even though these are magic, they have a higher physical attack percentage than this guy. Also, when looking at your materia, guys, and different features, you can turn on the toggle here. This will let you see if it's got a sigil, what the element is. It's not as important, in my opinion, here as it would be in... Now, this screen will let you see all the different substats. This has a health substat, an attack, and a magic, and an MDef. This is more important in the weapon screen. You also have a toggle over here. You can see, is it working with the S ability? What's the S ability? Okay, so I want to have physical attack ability damage. Make sure I have a physical thing in there. If I come down here, you can see that it grays out because it does not work with this support ability. And it whites up again. You can also toggle here. You can see what it was before to what it's going to be. This doesn't give you a whole lot of information, in my opinion. The one I like the most is this. Here I can see, again, HP. I can see all the substats. And if I change, what are my substats going to change to? So you have different toggle options here. Now let's go into creating materia. When you first start, I think you only have the 3 synthesis available. You can buy the other 2. I really don't suggest buying the other 2 until you can afford the gems to buy the other 2. Alright? It's not needed at the beginning anyways, because you're going to need some things to really help boost your synthesis of materia. And until you have enough of those to really start doing that, don't worry about these 2. With synthesizing materia, first you have to have the correct recipe to do so. You have this little recipe book here. Alright? You can turn which recipes you have on or off. Like right now, this is every materia that is currently in the game. Not all of these we can make. We cannot currently make bio. I can make a healing Asuna fog. And you can see over here for the recipe, it says NA. There is no way to get that materia yet. I click on this one, oh, I can get this recipe from the Logue's Ruins normal crisis dungeon. So this will tell you where you can get each of the recipes. But you have to have recipes off to see that. If you turn your recipes on, you are only going to see materia that you have the ability to create. Maybe there are some that you don't have the ability to create that they do exist. I've got all mine so far, all the ones that can be made, I have the recipes for. So you might need to check that. When creating a materia, you're going to, at first, not have the ability to, you're probably not going to have any access to any catalysts. So it's going to be a little on the weaker side. Because you'll see that when we go to create a materia, let's create a fire materia. Yeah. If I go to synthesize, it's going to take 5 of these, and some gold, or gil. If I click the add materials, in its current state, it can make anywhere between a 1-star to a 5-star. But if I start adding these synthesis, now I can see here, so it's synthesis level 1. This means, again, it can make it between a 1-star to a 5-star. As I start adding it, the moment I got to this 2 here, now it says 2-star plus guaranteed. Now the lowest I will get is a 2-star. I go up to the next level. Now it says 2-star substat 2. So those substats, if you remember, those was the physical damage, the physical attack, magic attack, HP, heal, the percentage and flat stats. That's what this is saying. So here I can create a 2-star or higher fire blow materia that will have at least 2 substats from creation. This is important later, when we start talking about leveling up the materia. And as I add more things, now I have a 2-star times 3 guaranteed. You can't get to, as of right now, the synthesis max level maxes at 5. As of right now, you cannot go beyond a 3-star guaranteed with 3 substats. Now it changes whether you're looking at physical or magic. So here's a magic fire blow. We can see it takes 1 Dawn catalyst, a synth catalyst. It takes 9 of the catalyst pieces and 10 of the catalyst silver. If we were to look at the magic version, this is one where it actually does the exact same. Here's where I put my foot in my mouth. Some of these, the magic and physical versions are completely different. I think Rune's like that. So if we go to Ruin, by the way, if you want to do the sigils, they're up here. If I want to create a circle ruin, a triangle, or a cross, that's how I get to those. I think these are the ones that are different. Yeah, also right here, a 5-star, and again, they're different between each one too. This brought me up to a 2-star, the synthesis level 4, 2-star, substat times 3. I can max out at 1 and 3. Or 1, 2, and 5. If I go to the physical version, you can see it doesn't go up nearly as far. And if I do that 1, 2, and 5, I didn't get anywhere close. I have to do the 1, 9, and 10 to get the physical version. So this is an instance where the magic version and the physical version are not equal. And like I said, each element will require different things. Fire requires dawn to create. We go to Blizzard. Blizzard requires night. Evening for thunder. Earth is dawn. So you can see they vary. Alright, so let's create one. And we're going to do this where we don't add materials to one, where we add materials to it. We're going to create a physical fire. So I'm going to create one that doesn't have any added materials to it. Going to take an hour, 50 minutes, 58 seconds. Now, if we look down here, there's I am blanking on words here. Holy cow. This is a suggested amount of time. This is roughly how much time it should take to make this. Now, if it's lower than this, so this is 2.5 hours, you are going to get a lower materia. The further away it is from this it is lower, the greater chances you have at a 2 or a 1 star. The closer it is to it, so if it's like at 145 minutes, so you know, what, 2 hours and 25 minutes, you're probably going to get a 3 star. The further it goes past this, the greater your chances are for a 4 star, a 5 star, or again, the number of substats. Because right now, this first one that I created could be anywhere between a 1 star to a 5 star with 1 to 4 substats. My guess is it's going to be a 2 star with like 1 substat. But now if I come in here and I add some materials, so let's boost this thing as far as we can get it. So 3 star, 3 substats. And we hit add and synthesize. So we can see we're at 226. That'll probably be the 3 star. That is going to be a 3 star with 3 substats. Let's see if we can get a better one here. I don't have a whole lot of these, so I want to be careful. There we go, 3 hours and 11 minutes. This is probably going to be a 4 star. So let's shorten the time of these and let's see what we got. So this was the 1 hour and 50 minutes, or 45 minutes I think we started with. We got a 2 star with 1 substat, magic attack flat. We're going to come back to upgrading these here in just a moment. Let's shorten the time of this one. This is the one that we added those materials in to get a 3 star guaranteed with 3 substats. It was at 226, I think. So we got a 3 star with 3 substats, all flat. Let's see what we get here. I said, I'm thinking it's a 4 star. Yep, with 3 substats, and they're all flat. So these still are not that great because of all the flat creations. But now that you see how to do that, let's next look at upgrading. So let's switch it to obtained. All right, we're going to upgrade the 2 star first. Now, here's, we're just going to use items because I've got plenty of items. Every time you get to an even number here, you will gain another substat. You can see that it'll turn green down here. So we're going to gain a substat. Now, why it's important to get as many substats at the beginning as possible, you'll see here in a moment. So now that I got it up to 2, we'll level it up. We gained another substat. All right, so when it goes to 3, it's going to increase the attack power of the materia, but we don't get another substat till we get to 4. So let's enhance it again, and we're going to gain this next substat. Ooh, we got a percentage HP. That'd be really good. And then we max out at 5. Oh, we can't gain another 4 substat. Well, you can upgrade the materia, which is what we're going to do next. Let's upgrade it. So it's going to go from fire to fire. Now you do have a chance when upgrading the materia to also upgrade its rarity. I've only ever seen it upgrade from its rarity up to the next, so 2-star to 3-star or 3-star to 4-star. Supposedly you can upgrade from a 2-star to a 5-star. So now we can see the materia has changed. So if I upgrade it again to level 6, now we're going to finally gain our 4th substat. Got a critical success, awesome, so we're going to get some, we'll get a little bit further there. So we got heal +2. I was really hoping for a physical attack, but we didn't get it. Now the next time we get to an even number, so level 8, because all our substats are finally filled and we can't gain another substat, it will randomly upgrade one of these substats. So in this case, I hope it upgrades the HP. And upgraded to physical defense. Okay. So you see how that works. Now, it took us to get to level 8 before we could finally start upgrading these substats, because we only started off with one substat and we had to fill out the rest first. Let's go to that level 3 materia we created. Alright, so we can see here, by the way, we want to compare materias. So this has a +2, a +3, and a +2. Oh, look at that 4-star, +17, +4, +4. Again, the base stats can vary wildly if you go from 3-star to 4-star, 2-star to 3-star. Okay, so now let's get this one up to level 2. Alright, so we're going to gain our 4th substat. And we got another base one. That really is terrible. But this would be great for a beginning if you don't have anything, though. Again, we're talking in-game stuff for later. Alright, so now, keep in mind, we had to wait till level 6. I think it was level 6. No, we had to wait till level 8, I'm sorry, before we finally got to upgrade a substat. Here, because we already had 3 to begin with, the level 2 added our 4th one. Now, when we get to level 4, we can upgrade substats. This is the other reason to you want to have more substats at the very beginning. The more substats you have, the sooner you can start upgrading the substats. So out from a +3 to a +7. If I upgrade this now, see if we get the rarity upgrade. We don't. But now again, I can upgrade it to level 6, and we'll get another substat increase. That went for MDef. Alright, so let's check out this one. Because this is a 4-star, again, the numbers are going to get higher, faster. So if we go to number 2, level 2, we're going to get our 4th substat. See if we can get a physical attack percentage. Nope, flat. Ooh, game is not liking me today. Okay, we can go up to level 4. Get our first substat increase. Maybe it'll be physical attack. There we go, went from 5 to 12. And then we would upgrade to level 5. Let's see if we can get that rarity increase. I honestly don't want a rarity increase because these flat stats are terrible. We don't, okay. And again, if we were to upgrade to level 6, we're going to get another increase. And we got PDEF. Alright. So that's how all that works. So again, as you're creating materia, as you're synthesizing your materia, you want, again, in-game. We're talking in-game. At the beginning, it doesn't really matter as much because you're just trying to clear some of the beginning content. Your weapons are going to be doing a ton of damage anyways, and they're going to be doing more carrying. But as you start getting more in-game content, your stats are going to matter, okay? So just, you want to make sure that you're trying to get as many substats as you can with that 3-star guarantee. Honestly, this isn't too bad either to go for a 2-star with 3 substats. You can still do pretty well with that. Let's find out what happens here. These are finite, these are limited, these catalysts, so you don't just blow all of them. Let's go back to fire. Well, we'll do Quake. By the way, this is a 306-minute one. 306-minute wait. So if I do 3 and 10, that's going to give me a guaranteed 2-star plus and substat of 3. Let's see what we get. So we're looking for 5 hours and 6 minutes. That is going to be a 2-star. Yeah. But we did get a percentage HP and heal, but again, flat physical. So the main thing is you just want to make sure that you're not leaving any of this on the table. See how this experience bar right here isn't completely filled? You wouldn't want to leave that. Take it to the next one until it's all completely filled up. Okay, or it's empty if you will. Take it up to that next level so that's not wasted. That's kind of the main thing there. And yeah, good luck with your synthesis, guys. It is all completely RNG. You can buy a pass to shorten down the synthesis time. Again, I'm not suggesting it because it only lasts for 7 days. So it doesn't last for a very long time to begin with. But that is something that you could do. Alright, well, it's a longer video, but there's a lot to kind of go on there, guys. Materia is kind of a complicated thing, but like I said, it is in-game. This is not something you should be worried about if you first created your account. This is kind of once you've gotten the ball rolling and you've hit that, that wall, now you can start looking at your materia. Okay, do I create better materia to get better substats? Because that does make a difference. If we go into our party here and we look at Cloud's stats here, if I were to switch over to this, you can see how much my stats drop. If I took it off altogether. So, you know, we had 7508 HP, 2976 physical attack. You know, we that all drops down. I become weaker by selecting that. So just make sure that you are, you know, selecting correct things. You know, here I can boost my physical attack. That's where that's going to come in handy, all right? So again, it's more of a once you've hit your wall, then you can start working on getting better materia. Create the materia you need for what you need it for at that moment. I need a fire materia, I need a water materia, but don't focus on the, oh, this has to have a percentage versus this is flat. Don't worry about that till you've kind of hit your wall, or unless you have an excess of those catalysts. Well, there's my how-to on materia creation and use. So hopefully this was helpful. Hopefully it was beneficial, guys. If it did help you out, I'd appreciate if you'd hit that subscribe button, kind of follow along with the different things we do here. If you have anything to add, drop it down in the comments below. You know, was there something I missed talking about? Was there something that I explained incorrectly? That way we can, as a community, build a better guide. Alright, I'm not saying I am the all-knowing person of this stuff. I've just jotted down some notes. I went off my notes. But if you've got something to add, put it down in the comments so we can add to this video and make this a stronger tutorial for those that need it. And if you got something out of this, hit that like button. Alright guys, thank you again for watching. We will see you in the next one.